We see the title, one camera for me, and I'm gonna be taking all this crap off of it while we're here. One camera for me that I probably have changed my mind about more than any other tech product ever is the Sony ZV-1. Specifically like the Mark 1 too, for really getting into it. Initially when this came out, I was like, cool. A new Sony point and shoot. Point and shoots are like super nostalgic for me because that's how I got started on YouTube. That was just a really good era in YouTube when you seen every YouTuber walking around with the Joby Gorilla Pod in a Canon G7X, right? I had a G7X. I loved that. So compact, you could fit it in your pocket. Now you see everyone running around with A7 IIIs and FX cameras. It's kind of crazy. This is really all you need for YouTube. But yeah, this was always just like my preferred form factor. I always say like, if they somehow, some way dropped like a point and shoot that had the right focal length for vlogging, that could shoot 4K 60, internal stabilization, NDs, basically just all the best features you could possibly ask for on the camera, but like in this form factor, they could probably make the price tag whatever, and I would probably buy it just because I'm so in love with the point and shoot form factor, and also flipped up. I'm still a fan of the flip up screen, but anyways, I digress. This, when it first dropped, I was looking at it like, okay, that's super cool. Then I got to seeing all the cons, all the bad things about it. Number one, that terrible, terrible, terrible focal length that everybody hates on the original ZV-1. Way too tight for vlogging. Way too tight to really have the new style YouTube vlog look that everyone wanted. And I was just like, okay. Especially when you add the stabilization into it. But I was like, okay, just why? Why would they do that? I don't really know. So that was already that was the instant flaw. That made it just like unbuyable for me. But then there was just like stupid stuff, like the infamous battery door. For those of you who don't know, this is how the battery door opens, right? You know, no big deal, right? No big deal, right? No big deal unless you're anybody who likes to vlog with a tripod, which is like most people, I feel like. If I'm sitting here vlogging and it's like, oh, a battery died. Even if I turn it this way, you can't open it. Why in the like? Why would they put the hot shoe in the battery door like right on top of each other? They got all this space over here on the camera. They eventually fixed this with the Mark II, of course, but just why would they do that in the first place? That was the like single-handedly most stupidest thing I could ever see Sony doing. And I know they did that on purpose because they knew people was gonna buy it and complain and end up upgrading anyway. So yeah, those two reasons alone was just like, that was it. I was like, this sucks. It's no, not a shot. No chance I'm buying that ever. The icing on top of the cake was the price. Its initial launch price was $800 too. I was like, oh, $800. $800 for something that has obvious flaws. I genuinely thought that you were just kind of a bonehead to buy this. This is something that I would never spend my hard-earned bucks on. But I have one in my hand right now. How in the world did we get here? Let's talk about that. Okay, so a couple things happened. Number one, shout out to my boy Hollywood Dunn, another YouTuber, pretty cool with. I was at his spot in Houston, and he has a ZV-1, and I actually got one in my hand for the first time. And I was like, ooh, I forgot how nice like a point and shoot felt. Like this just feels good. It feels like home. And honestly, the things like it automatically just turning on and then turning off. Yeah, I was like, this is actually just really easy to use. It's much more convenient. Doesn't poke out this far like my other vlog camera's lens did. I really just kind of felt for it again, for simply because of the form factor. Even with its flaws, I was like, oh, okay, you know, we might be able to work with this. But that was kind of like strike one. Strike two, they released the Mark II version of it. And I was like, okay, they fixed the problems. This is what they should have did initially, right? This is what it should have been. But then I seen the price tag. It was going for like $900 or something like that. And I was like, yeah, not doing that either. Y'all are crazy. Y'all just fix the problems. But they mess with the lens. This is a, what is this again? I think this is like a 24 to 70 or something. And that one was like a an 18 or a 20 to 50. Like they took a lot of range off of the zoom, and they also like messed with the aperture a little bit. And I was like, you're just pointless. You know, you're giving us things that we need, Sony, and then you're taking away the other things that we initially liked. So wasn't feeling that either. I was like, that's just not an option. And over time, like I kind of just fiend and wanted a point and shoot, and I was like, really my only option is the ZV-1 or the ZV-1 Mark II. So as I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna have to just cough up the money for a Mark II. It's ridiculous. I get to kind of looking at the comparison videos, and believe it or not, like this ZV-1 just kind of had a look that I preferred. I don't really get it. I don't really understand, but the original ZV-1 just, for some reason, the image to it just looked a little more flattering. It might have just been the focal length. I know I was just sitting here bagging on it, but obviously I've come to terms with it. I've accepted it. That's fine. That's fine. But in most situations, especially if you're doing vlogging that's not just you like this, like if you're turning around the camera and filming other things and filming other people, this is a much better focal length for me. So that is what ultimately made me like think, okay, if I can get my hands on a ZV-1 for the right price, I will. Which leads into like the very, very, very last reason. So many of these are out there in the world. Like I looked on Marketplace, I seen tons of ZV-1s. I looked on Amazon and got one of these refurbished, this one right here, for I think like $400. For $400, this joint is worth it, okay? This ain't the 750 we was just looking at. $400, I'm absolutely getting this 100%, even with its flaws and all. So, got it, decided to give it a go. At first, when I got it, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. I like it. And then after the novelty wore off, after a couple of weeks, I was like, okay, I think this thing is trash again. Why the hell did I spend my hard-earned bucks on this? Why the hell would I ever pick this up when I have like good cameras like the FX30, FX3, shit, even the DJI Osmo Action 4? Like, I'm just not picking this up ever. So I didn't. It sat for months and months and months and months and months. And I was like, yep, this is just terrible. I wasted my money. I'm about to sell this thing. I hated it initially. Don't know why I decided to give it a chance, and I ended up liking it, but I hate it again. But before I sold it, I was like, you know, let me just like try it out one more time. Let me just see if I can add it into my workflow, into my YouTube workflow at least. You know, I'm not using this on professional work. I'm not using this for any BTS or anything like that. It would just be a YouTube camera. So I picked this thing back up and started using it recently. I've actually filmed a couple videos on this channel with it. And goddamn it, I love this thing. I love this thing. It is just so just quick and simple and easy to set up. Like, you can't beat a point and shoot. You just cannot beat it. It is so compact. It is so quick. It is so set it and forget it. What's not to love about it? Because it is so small and light, I actually don't have to put this on like a real tripod. I have this like small, kind of thin tripod right here that I use just for like action cameras. But it's like a kind of higher quality one, so I actually slipped the ZV-1 on here. And it fits and balances just fine. So it's like, yo, this is like a really light, compact, take wherever you want vlog setup. Because typically when I'm vlogging, I put it on this because it's just more flexible. The ball head is just, I really like this, the Ulanzi tripod. But it's like, it's just this height. You can't really do anything with it. You can't set it on the ground outside and stand up and do like a talking head. This, I mean, it's not the best for like doing desk stuff, but like, I mean, hold up. I mean, like, I can really be on some just walk around the city, pick it up, put it somewhere else. Oh my gosh, this thing about to twist off. You know, put it right here. Like, that is just, I can't do that with a big camera. I just can't. Unless I have a really like big heavy duty tripod, which as we all know, you know, you have to adjust the legs individually versus this where you can just kind of set it up and down. It's just convenience. Convenience has made me fall in love with this camera again, and portability has made me fall in love with this camera again. They're two things that I really just took for granted. And after using it for a while, not using it for a while, using all this other expensive, bulky shit for a while, then coming back to this, I love this thing. I really, it makes me mad too, because this past year I've done a lot of international travel, and I brought a bunch of my camera gear. It really just kind of bogged me down. It took up so much space in my bag. It caused me to bring just more and stuff in other places when it really didn't have to be that, because I had like a carry-on and an entire backpack as well. And the backpack was like just camera gear, right? I had camera bodies, drones, a bunch of lenses. Like, look how big this damn lens is right here. Like, just too much. When in reality, I could have filled that up with like clothes and just other stuff, and I had room to bring back souvenirs, and literally just brought these. Like, didn't even have to bring this. I could have just had this in my pocket going through the airport the entire time and saved an entire bag. And another thing too, if you travel with camera gear, you already know what it is. When you go through the freaking TSA lines, whatever, they look through and see all the wires. They think you got some type of explosive. They always want to do something extra and scan it. And it's so annoying every time. And I'm like, okay, I'm a YouTuber, blah, blah, blah. I have to give them the whole spiel. It's so annoying. I can't stand it. Oh, it's a drone? What do you have a drone for? They trip off the damn drone. But this again, yeah, you're going straight through. You drop this right in the little box with your phone, with your laptop, and I mean, you're straight through every time. So, man, I've been asleep, and for all the times I'm on here like dogging on products, I have to give my credit what credit is due. I have to be honest about my experiences, and yeah, I was wrong. I was wrong, and I changed my mind about the ZV-1. I think this thing is good. I like it. Now, do I think it's still worth this? Absolutely not. I would not pay that for it. But you can get one used for a pretty low price, which, hold on, I'm about to see what it's going for on Amazon right now. Might be able to hook one of y'all up. We can even see I purchased this joint April 13th. What we got right now? Okay, boom. You can get one right now, used, very good, for $4.99. Not as cheap as I got mine, but still, like, that's not a bad price for a good camera that you can use in a lot of different situations. $4.59. Come on. Comes with a little tripod, it looks like. Yeah. With that, is that the actual? It comes with the Sony tripod. Like, that is. Yeah. I get the point. For that price, I think it's worth it. I changed my mind about it. It's super convenient, and this will be my like go-to travel camera now. Obviously, I'll still probably bring the good old Osmo action. This thing, y'all know how I feel about it. But yeah, just my review on it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I want to hear it all. Start the conversation in the comments section. And if you would like to purchase this, of course, the affiliate link will be in the description. It supports the channel if you buy through that link. So I highly encourage you to do that. And subscribe for more Tech Truth. This is the one place where you're going to get it real, raw, unfiltered, straight. If you want to see more, check out this video right here. I think you would like it if you like this video. And I am out of here. Thanks for watching.